I'm Reverend Mitzi, and whether you're in person, give us a clap, yay! Or joining us online, welcome. If you're watching online, I do hope that you come and join us very soon. So our title for today is How to Jumpstart Your Gratitude. So Thanksgiving, it's right here, right? It is on Thursday. I don't know, but it's like summer takes forever, and then you get to Halloween and it's like poof. And it's like if you blink, you miss it. I don't know what happens with that. But Thanksgiving, it's a time to be grateful and count our blessings. And in Unity, we believe that gratitude is a pillar of the spiritual journey. And we believe in living a lifestyle of gratitude. And so much so that sometimes when we hear a message is going to be on gratitude, we kind of zone out. And we go, oh, got that, already heard it, I know about gratitude, right? But it really feels great to be grateful. And sometimes gratitude, well, it flows seamlessly like a stream. But sometimes, well, it's more like a trickle. And sometimes we just don't get it as much. And what about when it's the season of gratitude? And well, we just don't feel that much thankfulness. Has that ever happened to you? You don't have to raise your hand. You can just kind of nod and no one needs to know. Or perhaps it's you right now. And if it is, I want to let you know that it's okay. You are loved and supported exactly where you are right now. All of us feel challenged as struggles dim our energy to appreciate the many blessings we have. And often the very last thing that we want to hear, if for any reason we're feeling underwhelmed about giving thanks, is for someone to tell us, just be grateful for all the good things. Yet when we're going through difficult times, often the unsolicited advice that we get from well-meaning people is, count your blessings. Be grateful for all you take for granted. But let's be real. It can be truly challenging to feel gratitude and get in the space of giving thanks if we're having to force ourselves to mentally check off a list of things for which we should be grateful. Anyone ever been there? And I get that. I do. So today, we're going to look at practical steps that can help us jumpstart our gratitude when it feels inaccessible. And this talk is because you requested something like this last week. I asked and you're like, what if you don't feel grateful? So that's why we're doing this. So we're going to go through some 6 steps. So the first step is remember the benefits. Willie Nelson said, when I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. Eric Barker said, it's not that happy people are grateful, it's that grateful people are happier. That quote really struck me. I just love that quote. So we hear how good it is to be grateful. We hear it a lot, right? But are there truly any benefits that positively impact our well-being? Because when we're not feeling it, that's what may get our attention. We'll be like, well, what's in it for me, right? What's in it for me if I do this gratitude thing? How will it make me feel better? Well, it turns out that being grateful comes with a plethora of positive side effects, including, but not limited to, reduction of anxiety and stress, yes. Lowering of blood pressure, yes. Decrease of risk of depression, increased energy levels, enhanced self-esteem, increased self-acceptance, increased forgiveness, better sleep. Anyone want better sleep? Increased generosity, reduction of negative emotions, enhanced optimism, easier breathing, increased happiness, reduction of judgment and criticism of ourselves and others, increased empathy, enhanced spiritual connection, increased open-mindedness, enhanced relationships, better likability. People like us better. Increased chance of overall success. That's just a few of a myriad of benefits that come from having this gratitude thing. So to suffice it to say that gratitude improves our overall physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. And not only do we feel the benefits, others around us feel the benefits of us being grateful too. Think of someone who most of the time, even when they go through really challenging times, you know some of these people because you are some of them, even when they're going through challenging times, they exude a grateful heart. And you wonder, how can they do that, right? How does it feel to be around that person compared to someone mostly devoid of any sense of appreciation? Someone who takes everything for granted and mostly whinges and complains about their life, everything going on in it. Who do you prefer to be around? I know who I prefer to be around. Which brings us to the next step in jumpstarting our gratitude. Say it with me. Acknowledge life is not always easy. Now, this quote I absolutely love, and it comes from Rochelle E. Goodrich from Smile Anyway, Quotes, Verse, and Grumblings for every day of the year. I just thought that was so hilarious. But here's the quote. Every once in a while, God allows you to stub your toe as a kind reminder to be grateful for the miraculous body attached to it. Wow, what a way of thinking about something. I just absolutely adore that. So in this step, we acknowledge that life is not always easy. You don't have to jump straight into saying, yeah, but I have so much to be grateful for. There are lots of people worse off than me. Acknowledge that you're going through a challenging time. Acknowledge that feeling grateful, while a spiritual pillar of unity, is not a cultural norm. Right? Yes, for sure. During the season of Thanksgiving and on that one day, on the third Thursday of November, we are very grateful. We gather and we're grateful, grateful, grateful. But as a norm, as a cultural norm, not so much. Because the materialistic society we live in fosters the idea that we always need more. We always need more of everything. We were just talking about this, Gail and I, in the car coming together with Ron this morning, how we just need more, more, more. That's what society says. Whatever we've got isn't enough, and we can never have enough, which of course is contradictory to our unity teachings. So it's okay to admit that life isn't always easy. And it's okay to feel sad, angry, frustrated, or disappointed sometimes. It's okay to have doubts, fears, or regrets. It's okay to remember that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. You don't have to pretend everything is fine when it's not. You don't have to force yourself to be grateful when you don't feel it. You don't have to compare yourself to others who may have more or less than you. You don't have to deny or suppress your true feelings. Thank God for that. You don't have to feel guilty or ashamed of not feeling grateful enough. Acknowledging life isn't always easy is key to finding gratitude in the midst of difficulties. By acknowledging your feelings, you can accept them, understand them, and ultimately release them. So this brings us to the next step in jump-starting our attitude. Let's say it together. Realize gratitude is feelings. This is my favorite gratitude quote of all time. If you've been around with me for any length of time, you know this is one of my favorites of all quotes ever, but the favorite gratitude quote. Let's say it together. Feeling gratitude and not showing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. You know, I've had some presents that I haven't given, not because I didn't want to, but because the people didn't show up. I didn't see them. And then you're like, what do I do with this now? It's July. I still have their Christmas present. Do I give it to them now? Do I save it for next year? I don't know what to do with it. You know, hopefully we can give it to them. But this step is really about this gratitude is feelings. Because when people say that they feel grateful for their home, or for enough to eat, for beautiful sunrise or sunset, or spending time with friends or family, what they are really saying is that they feel grateful for the feelings they get from them. That's huge. These feelings may include joy, love, peace, security, comfort, satisfaction, or awe. So gratitude is not just a mental acknowledgement of what we have, but an emotional response to what we experience. And it's a way of feeling the goodness in our lives and appreciating the source of that goodness. When we realize that gratitude is feelings, we can focus on cultivating those feelings more often and more deeply, rather than just listing things we feel we have to be grateful for. We can also recognize that gratitude is not dependent on external sources, but on our inner state of being, which brings us to the next step in jumpstarting our gratitude. Say it with me. Reflect on what you've overcome and achieved. Aesop. I used to love Aesop fables as a child. How about you? Gratitude is a sign of noble souls. Ooh, I'd like to have a noble soul. How about you? Often when we're having a hard time with gratitude, we're subconsciously feeling bad about ourselves. Anyone see that correlation ever? Yes. So take some time to reflect on difficult things that you've moved beyond. Things that no longer control you, and these may include personal challenges, such as health issues, financial problems, relationship conflicts, emotional struggles, tragedies that you've had in your life. And they can also include external challenges, such as natural disasters, social injustices, or global crises. Think about how you've survived. You've survived, adapted, grown, or helped others through these experiences. How have they shaped you into who you are today? How have they made you stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? How have they opened new doors, opportunities, or perspectives to you, for you? Reflect on recent accomplishments you're proud of, however seemingly small. Maybe when going through a really hard time, it's like, I got out of bed today, and I brushed my teeth, and I took a shower. Yay. Maybe it's something else. You went to visit a friend in need. Wow, that's amazing. Allow yourself to acknowledge your resilience, courage, and potential, which brings us to step 5. Let's say this together. Initiate gratitude conversations. I love Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Milne. I was given the little A.A. Milne books as a young child, and I still have them. Piglet noticed that even though he had a very small heart, it could hold a rather large amount of gratitude. By asking people what they are thankful for, you can initiate meaningful conversations, as well as learn more about other people's values and passions and stories. And you can express your appreciation to them and contributions to your life. And you can discover new things to be grateful for that you may have overlooked or taken for granted. These can be deep and rich conversations, not merely superficial conversations. And you could initiate them by phone, by text, Send out a text. What are you grateful for? Look for the responses by email, on your socials, however you want to do, in person, of course. And you can do it with your spiritual community, your family, your friends, neighbors, even strangers. And you could ask casually, what are you grateful for today? Or, here's another non-threatening one. What made you smile this week? Or, how has gratitude changed your life? I bet gratitude's changed some of your lives in here. People who've gone through really challenging things. By noticing and hearing what other people are grateful for, you can spur reflection upon your own states of gratitude. You can say something like, yes, oh my goodness, that's right. I have those same feelings. Or, I just didn't think of that. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. That is something I can be grateful for, which brings me to the final step I'm going to share today in jumpstarting our gratitude. Say it with me. Mind your butts. Not mind the gap, as in the tube in London, but mind your butts. So Sri Chinmoy said, and I love this quote, gratitude is the sweetest thing in a seeker's life, in all human life. If there is gratitude in your heart, there will be tremendous sweetness in your eyes. Who wants to have sweetness in their eyes? I see a lot of sweet eyes in here. I see the sweetness in your eyes, beloveds, here. We want to have sweet eyes, right? Gentle, sweet eyes. We all have a tendency at times to say, yes, but. Anyone ever get comment, yes, but. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, but. Which can immediately contradict any positive statement. So instead, many of you already do this, practice saying yes and. Because that repositions the negative as an opportunity to something different, a new possibility, a new way of looking at a situation. For example, instead of saying, yes, I have a roof over my head, but it's too small and it's too noisy, you can say, yes, I have a roof over my head and I can make it more cozy and peaceful by decorating only with things I truly love and filling it with music that brings me joy. Instead of saying, yes, I have a job, but it's so boring and it's very stressful, you can say, yes, I have a job and I can find ways to make it more interesting and enjoyable by learning new skills or taking on new challenges. Instead of saying, yes, I have a family and, but, wait, yes, I have a family, but they are, you fill it in. They are annoying. They are demanding. They are whatever you want to say about your family. You can say, yes, I have a family and I appreciate the love they share with me and accept that they have very different views than I do. And life, it would be boring if we all thought the same. It would be more peaceful, but it would be boring, perhaps. So you can change anything into a yes and. And by minding your butts, you can avoid reinforcing dissatisfaction. You open your mind to new possibilities and solutions that can improve your situation and mood. And this can increase the possibility for gratitude as you focus on the positive aspects of your life and opportunities for growth and change. So as I wrap up this message, I invite you to think of this. Consider this. What would life be like for you tomorrow if you woke up with only the things you complained about today? What would it be like? Only the things you complained about. Conversely, how would it be different if you woke up with only the things you expressed gratitude for? I think that's Thanksgiving right there in those two questions for me. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said, let's say it together, the more grateful you are, the more blessings you attract. And while gratitude doesn't always come naturally, the steps I've shared today, which can be utilized in any order, can support us in having a grateful spirit during the most challenging times. Because gratitude is an essential key to living a spiritually happy life, to transforming a pessimistic outlook to a more optimistic one. And that, beloveds, correlates to overall improved mental, physical, and spiritual health. And who among us doesn't want that? So before I play the song, I want to ask you, was this helpful today? Did it give you some different ideas on ways to jumpstart gratitude? Say yes or no. Yes. Okay, because I never know. I don't get a lot of feedback, so I'm like kind of going in the dark sometimes. So you can watch this online later if you're like, yeah, what was that point? So ways to jumpstart our gratitude. So we're going to anchor this message with a song by Fearless Soul, which really speaks to all that we've been speaking about.
Down and out, all alone, sitting here, sad and blue. The sun is now going down, it's kinda cold, seeking refuge. I trust a friendly face, or maybe just a smile, someone that understands what I'm going through right now. And just before I lay me down to never wake, I look up and I see you. So with everything I am, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because you didn't have to. Thank you. Thank you. With everything I am. Thank you. For the real sacrifice and the truth behind your giving heart, and how you never judged or faulted me, not because you wanted to. And for your friendly face, every just your smile, simply understanding what I'm going through right now. Just before I lay me down to never wake, I look up and I see you. So with everything I am, thank you. Thank you, because you didn't have to. Thank you. Thank you, with everything I am. Thank you. 'Cause when no one else would care, you did. And when no one else was there, you were. Now I am so aware you're a blessing to me. What did I do to deserve you? There's no words that could describe how much I thank you. Thank you, because you didn't have to. Thank you.
So let's say this together. Thank you, God, for all that I take for granted. Thank you for all the blessings in my life, big and small. In gratitude and joyous expectation of even more blessings to come, thank you. And so it is. Amen. Yes, indeed. And let us affirm together. Breathe into it. What? Breathe into it. I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, indeed you are. Yes, indeed we are. And so now it is time for our blessings, our financial blessings, which we share. We're so grateful to you for sharing. And as this is a season of gratitude, we invite you to share. And know that as it's coming to the end of the years, these are, of course, tax deductible. So let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. Yes, indeed. Thank you. And some do give online, so they'll just give you a little sign. And if you prefer to give online, you can do that at Zelle, unityoftempe@gmail.com, or at PayPal. Thank you, Jean and Glenda and Kent with our prayer box. Thank you, thank you. So we bless all these prayers in the prayer box. We bless every prayer that has ever been in the prayer box or will ever be in the prayer box, accepting and affirming that the right and divine answer comes perfectly. And so it is. And we bless every financial blessing that has been made today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. We bless the stewardship of its use, and we affirm for every blessing that is shared that it comes back a bazillionfold to the giver. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. So you know we partner with Matthew's Crossing. We're so blessed today. Give a huge clap. And we'll take this next week as well. I'm going to take a picture of this before it all goes to Matthew's food bank. And if you want to bring in next week, and then on the last Sunday of the month, we're going to have Gratitude Sunday starting. Yes. So I'll make a slide for that. Oh, know, beloveds, that you are so very loved. Whether this is your very first time here or whether you've been here many, many times, you are loved. You are appreciated. You are important to us. So be with us next week for more practical spiritual inspiration for creating a life you love. And who will you invite next week? Think of who you can bring with you next week. Lighthouse, we're seeing our space filling up. We're seeing it so filled up with people that we can bless, that we can send love to in our community. We're seeing our space so filled up that we actually go to 2 services, and we have those outreach of light and love in our community. So let us say the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Yes. For those watching online, have a blessed Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you in person very soon.